Okay, 13. Fx is a function for which the integral from 0 to 3 of fx all squared dx plus 0 to 3 fx equals 0 to 1 fx. Which of the following claims about fx is or are necessarily true? So we have two options. Alright, so first of all, what do we observe about this equation? Well, first of all, we know that if it's fx squared, this is a strictly positive function, right? If this is a strictly positive function, then the integral, i.e. the area under the curve, must be greater or equal to 0, right? There must be no negative area. Okay, so if that's greater or equal to 0, then you could already see, I think, that option 2 is actually pretty correct, right? Because this must be less than that then, right? Okay, how do I make a proof of this? So, I mean, we probably don't need a proof, but for the sake of completeness, so we know that 0 to 3 of fx all squared is greater or equal to 0. Okay, you could write the dx on. I'm just being lazy. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that the integral from 0 to 1 fx minus the integral from 0 to 3 fx is greater or equal to 0. Yeah, I just made a substitution using the original formula. Okay, so therefore we have 0 to 1 fx greater or equal to 0 to 3 fx. Right, which is exactly option 2. So I've given a proof. All right, good. How about 1? We're saying that fx less than or equal to 0 for some x with 1 between x between 3. Okay, let's have a look. So I'm going to extend my proof of option 2. Okay, so my extension would be by splitting the right-hand side into 2 parts. That's allowed, right? But that's the property of integrals, right? It's just like, okay, I have one big area, I'm going to split the area into 2 parts, right? Okay, why did I do that? Because then these 2 integrals cancel, and I can just focus myself on this part, on the fx between 1 to 3, right? So what do we have? We have this integral, fx, is less than or equal to 0. So this integral has some negative area, right? Okay, if this integral has some negative area, that means that the function is definitely negative at some point between 1 and 3, right? If not, you can't generate negative area, right? If your curve is always above the x-axis, then you'll get a positive integral. Yeah? So therefore, 1 is also correct, right? 1 is also necessarily true, so the final answer would be D.